Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And you know what? We declining all penalties. No flags. Pick your flag up. Put your red flag back in your pocket. I don't care what you throw on the field. We kicking it off. Put all your flags up. If you throw a flag on the field, we picking it up and we throwing it back at you. And I'm getting Mikey to throw it back at you. I dare you to say something to him. Mikey, when you come on, all flags that's been thrown on the field by whoever throwing out there, throw them back at them. All right? No flags on the play. We got to handle some business. And that's business, not business, business. But again, welcome back to another edition of the Ravens Roundup. Today is July 31st, last day of the month. This is the pregame. Y'all know what happened pregame. Y'all done all been young, and you going to the club, and you know you ain't trying to necessarily spend club prices once you get in there, and you pregame. You pregame at home, you pregame in the car, or you pregame in the parking lot. So this is the pregame to the meetup. That's Friday. So this is what's going on. This is the pregame. So everybody, get your stuff situated. Don't pull you up a little something, whether it be water, whether it be drink, and sit down and chill out. Y'all had your panties in the wall. Y'all chill. Just chill. All right. Let me bring everybody in and we're going to get this thing started. All right. What up, enforcer? Other enforcer?
Look, this what we doing. Y'all remember when the original Zeus pushed the ref that threw the flag and hit him in the eye? That's what we doing. We pushing all the refs down. All right. That's some business to take care of. What's up,
Exactly.
people?
What's good?
How
What's
y'all
good,
doing?
Mike?
I got something on my bed.
There you go. By your thumb. You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
Okay. Yeah. What's up? What's up with y'all, man?
How was your week, man?
Man, a lot of working, but Friday's coming, so I ain't feeling well, coach. I ain't feeling well.
Hey, you got to treat it. Hopefully it'll be better by Friday. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
A little time off Friday was going to help.
Gotcha. What up, Endo?
Oh, what's going on?
What's good? You feel better? You look better? You good?
I mean, I was a little sick over the weekend. I'm feeling a little bit better, but mind frame still.
Introduce us to what you got going behind you.
Oh yeah, it's just a new shirt design. Rogue Pod. Got the little bird up in there. Just playing around with some stuff.
Okay, you got your design going on. Your little creative juices flowing.
I try, Coach. I try.
try to downplay it.
Yeah, I mean, it just must not be creative enough. You know what I mean? I've tried to create enough nostalgia for Friday. I needed to pick up. We got 4 days. Everyone.
Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. And hashtag. I'm not hashtag. Exclamation point tickets, just in case. Exclamation point tickets.
Indeed.
What up, crew?
What up?
What's going on?
Hey, you know what, Coach? The first time one of the first times we met Hendo, we saw him on camera. He was painting in his basement. He had this whole elaborate design, and we kept on asking him, like, "What are you painting? What is it?" And he's like, "It's nothing. It's just some design." And we were just like, "Is it a raven?" He's like, "No." We're like, is it this? He's like, "No, I told you it's nothing." But like he kept on painting. You remember that, Hendo?
I remember.
Yeah, I thought he was a crazy person.
I just put designs on my walls because I didn't want full purple walls.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do something abstract for one of them.
So what does it end up being?
I'll show you, Coach. It's just a bunch like it kind of, some of them look like hieroglyphics.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a purple wall, but what I did was I took gold, white, and black paint underneath. Kind of like remember when we were kids and we did black magic? When we would take
black magic. When you
okay. I'm sorry. In Baltimore, first of all, I can paint, Jeremiah. You can't be patient. That's what the. So anyway, with black magic,
he's asking why can't you paint? Like, he was on your side.
Yeah.
My bad. My apologies. Was black magic. I don't know if it was the 70s thing or 80s thing or whatever. So what you did was you just took a piece of paper, a white piece of paper. You took color crayons and you would just color on the paper. Then you would cover the whole paper with black crayon, and then you would take like a coin or something and then start scraping it off. So then different colors would appear underneath the black.
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of that. And they call it black magic?
They call it black. That's what they used to call it. But that's what I did with the wall. So it's just like different designs and stuff on there.
Yeah, I never heard of that. Black magic, I'm close to New Orleans. We call it a little something else.
Hoodoo. That hoodoo.
Yeah. That's why I had to pause. I had to pause on you for a minute.
I haven't thought about that in so long. Yeah, it's called black magic.
How was y'all week, Jose B?
It was good. So far, so good. Off to a good start.
Cool. I stepped in a place today that I hadn't stepped in since June 1st.
Where's that?
My classroom.
Oh man.
Ooh.
How was that?
It is what it was. I was rearranging some stuff and putting some stuff up and just looking around like, man,
why'd I come back here?
Right.
I think Mikey got his son on you.
The thing is it's almost like with anything I do. I really don't want to get started, but once I get started, I'm good.
You can't stop.
Yeah, once I get started, I'm good. I'm even like when I was in school and I had to write papers. I hated writing papers, and it took me forever to get started. But once I got the first paragraph, the second paragraph going, I was good.
Right.
And so like after this first or second week, I'll be fine and it'll get the rolling. And like last year went by so fast. And I think I'm over the fact that I ain't coaching. So I think that part of it, that'll be the that was hard for me last year. I don't think I had that problem this year. So I'll be good.
All right.
It was fast, Coach, because you was hanging with us for the past year.
Hey, we approaching the anniversary fast.
Yes,
Saturday is the 1 year anniversary, 365 days.
Facts. We appreciate everybody that's been, following us through this journey, through this growth. We appreciate everybody that subscribe. Not to just the coach's channel, because we set goals. You help them reach those goals. All of our channels as well. Right? We're building a community here, so we're proud of the community that we're building here, and we're happy that you guys are here.
Facts.
What you got there, Mikey?
It's Jamar Laxton.
I keep it with me. You know what I'm saying? Keep it with me.
The thing is, we've all grown for that year, because
Facts.
I know I've grown. I know Lunch Break Hot Takes grown. Mike, you started the channel since then, right?
Yeah. So
you was doing your thing with your other guys, right?
Yeah. So it kind of was in the midst of, it dropped while we was doing this. And I think we had a show where we ain't move until, 70 people. Then it turned into 100 people. Then it turned in. So a lot of y'all, man, been supporting all of us. We've all seen growth over this year, man. So of course we appreciate that.
Yeah. Big things coming for this next year too. We all plan to keep growing, keep getting better. And the thing is with us, we keep challenging each other to get better. So, and then the thing is, we all learn together too.
Yeah.
When we find something out, we share it and we implement it and put it into play, and we keep growing. It's competition, but it's growth too.
Yes.
If that makes sense. It's pushing each other to be pushing each other to be better. So it is what it is. Coach, can I do a giveaway? If you're gonna give me something to give away, yeah.
What you give away?
Can I give away your money?
Hey, but the thing is, I gave him. I think he won something from me and him though.
He did.
Nice.
He won the tickets to the stadium. Well, he didn't win. I gave him the first set of tickets to the stadium practice, and I think he won something from Hendo, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
He won a ticket to meet and greet. He got a
Nice.
ticket. He won a ticket to meet
Okay.
and greet.
Without further
That is
ado,
one of our biggest supporters. I mean,
yeah,
he
yeah.
deserves it. Yeah.
he that's why I gave him that first one because he been rocking me from the jump. But Mikey
yeah.
ain't forgive me. Salute. Upcoming meet and greet, almost a year.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Good. Oh, be in the building. Oh, shout out to Chris.
This is for Chris. This is for Chris.
Shout out to
I
Chris.
got you, Chris.
Shout out to Chris enjoying that beautiful weather down there. I appreciate you.
Indeed.
See you soon, my bro. See you soon.
Yes. And guys, this right here, this is available on Coach Evans' store. Okay, you can get that right now.
Exclamation
also
point
available.
store. Exclamation
Point store.
And then you
This
get
right
that
here,
by doing
being the gunslinger.
Yep. Sip the Tally patreon.com/Sip the Tally, join the gunslinger.
That's right.
Yeah. He said Aaron says I want to buy 2 tickets to the meetup. So you want to buy them to give away, or you just want to buy them?
I think he wants to. He told me he wanted to. He just wanted to support everybody because he appreciates us.
Oh, okay. Man, thank you.
So even when I offered him the tickets, he was like, "I want to buy them anyway."
Okay. Well, exclamation point.
Exclamation point tickets. Yep.
And the link will come up. Exclamation point tickets. Coach, yep. You all right? Hey, hurry up, Agent E. Hurry up. All right. Any well, Jose, since we talking about it, let them know what's going on Friday for those that don't know.
Yes, August 4th in Columbia, Maryland at Bus Boys and Poets. We are back at Bus Boys and Poets. There's a little drama there. They heard us last week because I think it was last week we said, hey, we might be moving locations. And I kid you not, it was hours later, like not a day later, hours later. Like we got hit up at like 2 a.m. Like, hold on a second. Are you guys good? And we're like, no, we're not good. So we worked everything out and it's back on at Bus Boys and Poets. Very lovely spot. And look, the decorations that we're putting together right now, just the atmosphere, the music is going to be food, it's going to be drinks. You can get your little adult drink via cash bar. All the stuff's going to be there. Come out, support. We're giving away prizes. We're going to have a swag bag. I was calling them goodie bags before, but goodie bags are those little tiny bags that you get home from, you take from the kids' parties. This is a swag bag that you're getting here.
All right. Transformed into something else.
Yes. And, thank you to everybody that's donated to this. Shout out to Jane Doe for also, she contributed to it as well.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, everybody that helped put this together. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to be, and listen, it's not going to be crowded in there. We limited how many people we're going to be there. It's going to be just a laid back atmosphere. You're going to have fun, mingle with people. We'll do a Q&A session. Okay, you can chop it up with us. We'll take pictures, all that stuff. All right. So get your tickets today. Yep. Do not wait.
Most def. Again, exclamation point tickets. The link will come up. Get your tickets. Now, if you get a ticket, if you get a ticket today, you got a chance to win the giveaway for a lunch break hot take show. Today's the last day of the month. You get a ticket today, and they know who get tickets.
That's right.
They get an email and a roll pod.
Yes, indeed.
They know who get tickets, so you got a chance to win. Today's the last day of the month.
That's right.
It
is. Last day of the month. Get your tickets.
1,000 points, and we do a giveaway. Like Coach said, at the end of the month, we do a giveaway every month, right? By getting the person who gets the most points, and also if you get at least 1,000 points, you get entered in our giveaway, right? Monthly giveaway.
There it is. And my giveaway restarts mañana. I think that's how I say it. Did I say that right? That's
mañana. Yes.
So when I wake up in the morning, reset.
Everybody resets.
But mine hadn't reset since the playoff game. And again, shout out to Chris, man. We'll see you Friday, my boy, and I appreciate you for rocking with us for a whole year. I remember I knew we had some PTO still lined up, but you deserve
a word.
He had special guests with his PTO.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had special guests with his PTO.
But look, Coach, I want to say this.
Go ahead.
Shout out to B, Jose. They put on their negotiator hats. They were chief negotiators when Bus Boys and Poets tried to play games. We let them know we got other spots, B. We got other spots we can go to.
Yeah.
So, like he said, the email came at 2:00 in the morning. And even beyond that, it was a little bit of drama past that. Once we
A
thought we
little.
cleared things in, it was slight, but
Yeah.
we powered through it. Look, man, we are just as excited to meet all of you. We want to meet as many of you as we can. So
Mhm.
we hope to see all of y'all there. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So we looking forward to it. We getting excited. We got the wives, they putting together the decorations and things like that. So it's just really gonna be a dope setup, a dope situation. Y'all gonna love the venue. The venue is sick. We got the best room in the venue.
Yeah.
True.
So and that's just the beginning, man. If we want to keep, you know, afterwards, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just the start of the night, man. It could be just the start of the weekend. So
Yep.
look, man, we are looking forward to it, man. I'm getting excited. I'm really getting excited about it. So get y'all tickets if you haven't already. I see my man in there. He's willing to give away too. So
Yep.
that's another opportunity right there for you to get in there. But the easiest way is see what Jeremiah did. Just do that, but put tickets
Mhm.
and grab your ticket, man.
That's
Grab
it.
your ticket.
That's all you gotta do.
That's it. Anybody else before we get rolling into the deal? He
Oh,
does.
okay.
He does, Hendo. He
What?
does.
Yeah.
B, look in the private chat, B, please. Look in the private chat.
You had no idea. He is so excited.
Right.
Be like speak for
Hey,
yourself, Mike.
like Jane Doe said, my boy Brandon, pull up on me.
Yeah.
Pull up on us.
Pull up.
Pull up
Yes.
on us. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about the Ravens a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, I get it in a minute. Let me see. I get it. Let's see. Hold on. Gia. Appreciate you, C Iron, for the dub on Cash App. Appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Salute.
Appreciate
Salute.
you. Anybody else? Now who called
Like I heard you. Like I heard you got $100.
But okay, let me stop.
We didn't say call for tickets, y'all.
Right. Let's talk about Little Ravens football. Let's start with these guys. We talked about the meetup, so we can go on past that. The DBs. Let's talk about the Ravens DBs, and what we can do is kind of talk about what we've seen via social media and via the open practice Saturday. I'll start. I'm still worried about cornerback 2 and 3. That's really where I'm at.
Well, has Pepe and
Jalen Armour Davis.
yeah, have they practiced yet?
Pepe practiced today.
I mean,
Jalen Armour Davis been practicing. Pepe practiced for the first time today.
okay, yeah. I also share your concern, Coach. Pepe's the one we're counting on, right? No.
Caillou Blue Kelly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard he's been getting smoked.
I feel like Pepe, like, I mean, in stints, he ain't looked bad, right? But then he had moments where he looked bad. He's a young corner, so but I mean, to be thrown out there early, he played pretty early in this defense, and he held his own in certain spots. But I mean, to expect him to be a lockdown corner, if that's what we were thinking, that's not what it is. But he showed some ability, right? Let's just hope that he can build on that. But again, I'm gonna keep harping on this until we get to week 1. I just need everybody healthy.
Right.
It scares me every time I see something on Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport or any of these sites that somebody was carted off the field. It's a rough time of the year. We excited that football has started, man, but this is the part that we really don't think about until we start seeing it happen. So let's get these people healthy. Let's keep them healthy. But yeah, we might need a little bit of reinforcements there for sure.
might. Listen, I'm uniquely concerned with that situation because just like as always, the organization takes and puts a lot of pressure on young fellas. And we know for cornerbacks, they need their confidence. And like Marco G said, you put Jalen Armour Davis and Pepe out there against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and left them one-on-one to get smoked for like 200 yards apiece in the second half. So now they're trying out Brandon Stevens at nickel, which is always a concern with me because he's not even CB4. So
Cell block four.
That's because he's a safety, though, right?
we don't know.
Or
what
running
he is.
back.
Running back.
Whatever.
Yeah.
A tight
Quasi
end.
linebacker.
Or fullback, who knows?
Gunner.
Yes. I don't put that on Pepe or Dylan Armour Davis, that Miami game. I put that on coaching, right? On the scheme. And listen, McDonald, he's done overall good job. He had a brain fart that game, and it is what it is, right? But when you put fourth round rookies out there, yeah, they're supposed to get smoked by Tyreek Hill. The best corners will get smoked by Tyreek Hill. Make no mistake about that. When he wants to get loose like that, there's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing. Yes, we want them to be more in position, right? Understand the playbook, know their assignments. Hopefully, that's what's happening. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not overly concerned about the cornerback position as a whole because most teams don't have two lockdown corners, so to speak, right? We have one, Amal Humphrey. He's one of the best corners in the game. So we already have a leg up on most teams when it comes to that, right? Rocky Sin, he just needs to be solid. Everybody else just needs to be solid. We have two of the best safeties in the game. So the safeties is really where I'm looking at. They're going to have to really hold it down, right? And if they hold up, the cornerbacks will be fine. So I'm not overly concerned about that. The scheme, like I said, Mike McDonald last year did a solid job. Obviously, we had one of the best linebackers in the game, and him and I would say we had the best dual inside linebacker tandem in the league, right? So, no, overall the defense is great. Like, we're not going to be perfect, everywhere, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm also not too concerned. I mean, we knew coming into training camp that the corners were weak, but like I said, you're not going to have 11 good players. You're just not. It's not feasible. And they've got a really good interior D line. They've got great inside linebackers. They've got great safeties. They got a lockdown corner. It has to be enough. Like, you're not going to be good at every position. No team is. And again, this is a team that didn't have a cornerback 2 or 3 or 4 last season, and they finished as the number 3 scoring defense in the league.
Yeah,
the change that needed to be made in Baltimore wasn't signing another lockdown corner. It was getting some people on offense who could score when you need more points. And they did that.
Thanks. All right. Let's slide on a little closer to the line of scrimmage and talk about, Jose mentioned a minute ago, the linebackers. Queen, Roquan, and Simpson. A lot of people think Simpson should replace Queen. A lot of people think Queen should be traded for what's my guy in Washington, Chase Young. And I've said a number of times on here, I think we should just keep Queen, let him play it out, make this run, see what we get, and if he prices himself out, so be it. We get the 3rd or 4th round comp pick for him. Just roll the dice and see what we get for him, and then use Simpson next year, in that role. But how y'all feel about that?
I'm with you. You know me, Coach. I'm with you. I want to see a full year with Queen and Roquan. I agree with Jose. I personally think this is a slightly better duo than we have in San Francisco. But it's at least top 2. You know what I mean?
What, Mike? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I think
I said better than San Francisco.
Slightly better.
You mean better than Purdy and Lance? That's the
Well,
way
that
you
too. That too. But I think Queen. I take Queen slightly over. What's the other one? Greenlaw.
Greenlaw.
Yeah, I take him slightly over Greenlaw. But I think it's, I think it's they're at least top two, right?
Yeah,
Duos in the league. But
According to the best power rankings in the nation, they are
according
worth
to the best power rankings in the nation, for sure, over at Sip to Tally.
That's
okay?
right.
Now look, it's for the streets over there. Okay. And when you cross those train tracks, just know it's a little different over there. Okay.
It's different over there.
But yeah, I want to see these two play it out for the year. Let's go all in. If we're gonna see what we got, let's see what we do. I mean, I think making that type of change right now, that's taking a huge risk. We don't know what we got in Simpson, right? So do we create another hole there to possibly fill one on the edge? And we don't know if Chase Young coming off of a major injury, so we don't know what we get in there. Plus, Chase Young ain't gonna come cheap, right? So virtually, you looking at a situation where, in a sense, it's two rentals, right?
Mhm.
Queen could price himself out of here. He may not be here next year. Chase Young could really price himself out of here. So breaking up that chemistry, because we saw how they played when they played together. Is it worth taking a shot at Chase Young? I am not inclined to be. Yeah, I'm not pressed for that right now. So I would like to see it play out and see what we got.
Look, I'm always for getting the better players. I think Chase Young's a better player than Patrick Queen. So I'd be cool with trading Queen for Chase Young, but I don't think we have to trade Queen for Chase Young. If it came to it, fine. But these scenarios that people throw out there that's not like the only options. I don't think it would take. I don't even think honestly it'd take a first round to get Chase Young, right? But even if it took that, all right, fine. I plan on picking 32 anyway. So a low first round pick or a second round pick, something like that for Chase Young, maybe some later picks or something like that, that would most likely get the deal done. You don't need to give up Patrick Queen. You can get Patrick Queen and Chase Young. Add more. It doesn't have to be one or the other, right? Add more. When we talked about Dalvin Cook, or would you rather have Dalvin Cook and J.K. Dobbins? Yes, I want both. Add to this team. So I don't even need to go there with that. Yes, I want Patrick Queen here to play alongside Roquan. The two of them are great on the field, And if you can add Chase Young to the mix, a healthy Chase Young is a straight up beast. And then have Tyus Bowser on the other side. And if Ojabo, just balls out, that's even better. If Owe has a breakout year, that's even better, right? That means we'll be unstoppable. If we have four guys that can get after the quarterback, I don't care. I don't care if we're playing the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs still score, but they're going to struggle.
Make it hard for them.
They're going to score 30, not 42.
Right. Hey, PQ was cool in his press conference too. He was saying like I ain't gonna worry about the contract. I'm just gonna play ball. Yeah. And whatever happens, it happens. So it was cool to hear him say that. But you can kind of tell he felt that way because he didn't showed up for everything. He ain't hold out on nothing. He showed up for all the OTAs, the voluntary and the involuntary. He been at everything he's just been at everything and he been working. So
I think me and we talk about this a lot offline. Players today are a lot smarter with their money. I think he might be one of those players. He made some some sound investments, good moves with his money that he's made up until this point. So no, he wants to keep playing. Obviously, he wants to make more money. But if he had to stop today, I think he'd be fine. You see that with more players nowadays. Players just like, I'm good. Who was it that retired recently? There's a player that retired at camp.
The running back for the Rams.
Sony Michel retired. There was
wasn't another one. It was a rookie linebacker last year.
The one that's trading the cards, making $1 million.
Yeah,
it's been a bunch recently though.
I mean, I think once they get a little bit of money, that's all they need, and they can figure it out from there. They're a lot smarter. Not saying Patrick Queen is that person, but I think he can go out there and say, I'm not worried about it. I know I'm getting better. I know I can play, especially next to Roquan. There'll be work out there for me. And, I'm not struggling financially right now. When that part's taken care of, man, you can play, a lot more loose or, freely when that's not weighing on your mind. You can just go out there and just play. I think we're going to see that from Patrick Queen this year.
Yeah, so I don't think that the Ravens should be looking to move Patrick Queen. Coach, like you said, I think you should be going all in to win right now. And honestly, teams don't look for player deals in the NFL like that.
Sure.
If you're looking to move a player like Chase Young, who you just declined his 5th-year option, you're looking to get draft picks so you can get cheap replacements. You're not looking to bring in a guy in Patrick Queen who, I mean, if we're being honest, has only really played up to his draft position 1 out of his 3 years that he's been in the league, right? So I don't think that it would take, a Patrick Queen. I don't think they would be interested in a Patrick Queen. And I also don't think that they should be looking at Chase Young. Like, if you're going to make that move, it's probably a little too late now, but go get Danielle Hunter. That's a guy who has played, Chase Young, we all think has that ability, but the reality, he had 7.5 sacks his rookie year. He played well, but he wasn't like a dominant player. And he's been hurt since, right? Danielle Hunter has proven it over and over and over. But, I don't think that the Ravens are all in. I don't think that's a state that they ever exist in, really, because why would you sign Melvin Gordon? I don't know. Why would you not even call DeAndre Hopkins when he's sitting out there begging to be signed? I don't know. Why didn't you call Leonard Floyd or Frank Clark or any of the other edge rushers who were available? I don't know. Why did you settle for Rocky Sin? I don't know.
They did try to get Darius Slay. I'll give them that.
Yeah, they tried one thing, and then Miami went and got Jalen Ramsey. They just you can try more than once.
Yes,
it's okay, especially when you fail. But yeah, I don't think they're really all in on winning. I think they're all in on filling that stadium up and having the fans stop talking about them.
Yeah,
in a negative light.
They called D-Hop, but when he picked up, they hung up. They said,
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, we got the wrong number.
All right, let's talk about the D-line. And we kind of had a little. What?
You want me to talk about Queen?
Well, I paused and you ain't say nothing, so I figured you didn't want to talk about it. I left it open and you ain't driving a truck through it. So
hating ass Hendo.
First and foremost, I think that we need to keep Queen for the season. I've said this before. There's no need for us to keep putting pressure on these rookies. Like, we don't know what Simpson's going to be able to do. We don't know if he can fill his shoes. So you keep Queen, you keep the linebacker duo together. But I mean, listen, this is one of the strongest groups that we have on the team. So you're out there rolling the dice on hoping that this rookie will come in and fill some shoes. Everybody keeps forgetting about Tyus Bowser because he's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you did make a move, you make a move for somebody proven, like B said, like you go get a Unique Ngakoue. You don't got to give up nothing for him. Just sign him. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain moves that they're not making, but I just think that you keep Patrick Queen till the end of his contract because there's nothing that's really they're going to get for him that's going to put this team over the top if they're truly trying to win a Super Bowl, because we've seen this pattern of CJ Mosley. We've seen this pattern of letting talented players get to the end of their contracts, Matt Judon, and go elsewhere because they didn't want to give him the money. Now we end up in a situation where we draft the Patrick Queen, then we have to go trade for Roquan Smith and give him $100 million. Like B said, they're not trying to win. They're just trying to pack the stadium and just say, look at the moves that we're making. Like, you can sign 1,000 cornerbacks. I don't know half these dudes. I saw somebody in the chat earlier saying we signed a defensive back from Miami. Who cares? He's going to be on the bench with all 12 of the rest of them.
Him and his family care, Hendo.
I mean, listen. I mean, every player gets your money.
Hard out.
Every player gets your money. But is he really going to make the team? I mean, they just had the situation with Trayvon Mullins.
Yeah. To your point about Baltimore letting talented players go, and I think this is probably where we're going to be going next. Cannot wait to see the former Raven Zadarius Smith, who's now back in division, going up against Morgan Moses. That's going to be fantastic.
After what Owe just did to him?
Yeah.
But let's slide on down there. Ravens D line. So
D line / edge.
/ edge, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that plays close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So obviously the pads came on today, and word around camp, looking at Twitter and different clips and whatnot, that the D line kind of had their way, and obviously they had their way at the stadium practice. But I think that stadium practice is baloney, because no pads on, and if, like I said it earlier today on the call-in show, if the offensive line fights back, somebody's gonna get hurt with no pads on. So you might as well just let them go and do what they're gonna do and show off in front of the people.
Yeah.
Because
probably not the offensive lineman, right?
Right. If they fight back, then somebody's gonna get hurt, and then the whole team hurt. So,
Yeah.
But today the pads were on, and they apparently, did their thing, especially the interior guys. But like we were talking about earlier, are you good if you're constantly whooping up on Morgan Moses and Salah? Or are you good if you're whooping up on Ronnie Stanley and Zeitler and Linderbaum?
That's totally different. But we as a franchise, or we as the flock, we love sitting there saying, "Did you see Oweh blow past Morgan Moses? He just, oh my gosh, he's going to get 20 sacks this year." And then the regular season comes and Oweh gets 3 sacks. Like, we love to hype up our team in practice situations. Like, to me, it amazes me. I saw Agent E talking about, "Oh, did you see Shamar Bridges? He was looking good at the stadium." Y'all said that a couple years ago when he tore up one preseason game. And where did he end up on the team? How many catches does he have for his career? What has he done for this team? Stop looking at the damn preseason and training camp like these guys are superstars by beating their own teammates that they see. People forget this is a new offense that's been installed. The offense doesn't know what's going on. They have problems getting calls in. People don't know where to go. So, of course, the defense is going to have the edge because they played together. And they have one job: get to the quarterback, knock the ball down. So, of course, they're going to look better. Like, stop with all the bullshit.
Shamar Bridges kept that preseason streak on, so I don't know what you all upset about over there. My goodness.
I remember when Mikey and I saw Benjamin Victor live in Washington, and we're like, that boy gonna be a star. He was killing it. That's the same game J.K. Dobbins got hurt in. Benjamin Victor was killing it. He was catching everything, and we're like, oh yeah, he making a team.
Is that the same game where James Prochet caught his sole NFL touchdown?
Why you got to bring him in? Why you got to bring him? We was not
even
on the offensive
year-old receiver.
We're not even on the offensive side of the ball. We're not even on the offensive side of the ball.
It was a nice catch, though.
But we're talking about false.
We ain't even on the offensive side of the ball.
We're talking about false.
We're not even on the offensive side of the ball, man, guys.
What are we doing?
We are not.
Back to the D line. Back to the D line.
No, but like Tanne's point, and you coach, beating up on Morgan Moses and whoever they put out there at left guard doesn't mean much. But honestly, it's the first week of camp. Beating Ronnie Stanley won't mean anything either.
And the defense always gonna be ahead of the offense when it comes to football this time of year. Defense and from Pop Warner to middle school to high school to college to NFL, the defense is always further along than the offense, especially when the pass come on at first. So I don't know the science behind it, but if you've ever played football, the defense is always ahead of the offense when pass come on. That I don't know if it's the dog in the defense or the timidness of the I don't know.
I would think particularly for edge, I would think it's just the O line is they have to play more as a unit than an edge rusher does. I mean, not that the D line doesn't play together, but you're going out there to beat your man one-on-one, and the O line is worrying about more than fucking Odafe Oweh.
Well, no, I think they're trying to figure out what you're gonna do, right? At the start, what you're gonna do. They don't know what you're gonna do, right? And after a few series, they know your moves, right? It's like in boxing, they downloading what your opponent's gonna do, and it's like, okay, I figured out what you're gonna do. I know how to counter all that. Now here's what I'm gonna do, and I think that's what it is. Once they kind of figure out your moves and what you're good at, what you're weak at, that's when the Ronnie Stanleys say, okay, you're done. You got nothing. I seen your extra move, Odafe, right? Now you're not getting it.
The other part too is a guy like Ronnie Stanley, Kevin Zeitler, and even to an extent, Tyler Linderbaum don't have nearly as much to prove as Oweh and Najabo, who are playing for their positions on the team. I mean, not that they're going to get cut, but you're playing for playing time. Those guys know where they stand in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I did want to point. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mikey.
No, I was just gonna say. Hopefully, it means it's a situation where it's iron sharpening iron. Like, yo, you kicking my ass today, I kick your ass tomorrow. But at the end of the day, we're here to make each other better. So hopefully that's what we're seeing here. I don't know if it's quite that, but that's typically, if it's a good sign, it can be a good sign both ways. If the defensive line is making the O line work, right? If it's showing that, hey, these guys are gonna be formidable, they're gonna be a great pass rush, then that means our offensive line is going up against a really good pass rush, and it's just only going to make them better. So let's hope that's what we're seeing here.
But that's a sign of a good team. Like, Monday defense win, Tuesday offense win, and if they keep going back and forth, that's always a sign of a good team. Now, if the defense is winning every day, your offense probably got problems, or vice versa. But the offense is just constantly going out there, going up and down the field on you, your defense probably sucks.
But always beating Morgan Moses like a drum in Africa.
That's day one. We need a get back day.
You sure that was day one, or was it day three?
Today, the first day in pass.
Well, you talking about in pass?
All that other stuff don't count. Pass is what counts.
Chuck Smith unlocked it, bro. He unlocked.
So previous seasons don't mean nothing. Gotcha.
That boy just unlocked, today. Bro.
Just today.
Do the pads count too, though? Because I mean, it's not like they playing.
Oway got that Mario mushroom today.
Preseason does count for somebody like Oway. I need to see him dominate his snaps.
What's going to count is them joint practices.
Yes, playing with somebody other than your team. Because that's another thing. Once you play against your team enough, you know tendencies. You know how people move. I'm going against you every day, coach. So I know how you like to dip. I know when you like to spin. Like, I can counter your moves because we just keep going against each other. When you do the joint practices and you going against somebody fresh, that's when you show what you've learned. When I see them doing that against other teams, that's when I'm kind of like, all right, maybe the light has come on for Oway. Maybe Ojabo can play.
The practices will be more telling than the actual game.
Yep.
Because don't they play Washington too?
Yes.
The joint practices will be more telling than the actual game. Because the game will be kind of like what they call a brother-in-law, like a take it easy type thing. But the two practices will be telling. I don't know how much we'll be able to see from the practices, but that's what'll be telling. Especially get some 1-on-1, some 7-on-7 type stuff. Like, because we all know the last time I saw Washington with a joint practice, and what's the boy name? Angelo Hall. Got his ACL, threw down the turnpike from
yeah.
He told that man, "I feel God, boy. I feel God." The next rep, his ACL got spent around.
I'm contractually obligated to no longer laugh at that.
Huh? What?
I'm contractually obligated to no longer laugh at that. He is the cornerback coach in Carolina now.
He's on your staff.
Really?
Has he played? Did he play since after that? Or was that it for him?
He played a little bit after that.
He played.
You have to play. That can't be it.
That was the beginning and the end for him, for sure.
Yeah.
He'll be a better coach, hopefully.
Let's switch on over to the $260 million man.
But there's a lot of Jabo love coming in here for a dude that ain't never played in the NFL.
We'll see.
2 snaps.
He has a playoff snap, Hendo.
2 scoops.
He's there.
No, I'm sorry.
Freaky L. Let's talk about Freaky L. Freaky L is no longer wearing the wristband, which has been the topic of a bunch of people. Monken has said he's taking the wristband off to make him call the plays, make him hear the play, make him call it to the team, and to make him, understand the verbiage, which I think is fine. And I put it out there in a short one day this weekend that I feel like the wristband is a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
And especially at this time of the year, you can take the wristband away. And if you just have to go back to it, you can always come back to it. But if whatever he can learn now, and he may never have to go back to it, but you can always go back to it. But don't start off using it and then just let it be a crutch. And then if something happens and God forbid it rains or you can't see it or something happens and then you stuck and now you can't call your plays. So I think it's a crutch. And I think the fact that he's making all these different off-platform throws, he's starting to show what we all thought he could do anyway, but wasn't given a chance to show. I think is we in for an MVP caliber year from Lamar.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, wasn't Monken's reason also was like he wants him comfortable enough with these plays where he sees something out there he can just audible to what he's comfortable with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense. Like, I want you to know these plays like the back of your hand. So you're not reading anything. You're spending your time reading the defense. And if you want to check out something, you want to go something else, you know the playbook well enough. You ain't got to go back and look and say, oh no, actually, you see it out there. You adjust. You command this offense. I like that.
Yeah, I seen some people, have an issue with it. I'm with you, Coach. I think it's fine. I mean, get the offense down so that you like he said he wants him to be able to digest the calls. When he hears them, get them out quick. He also wants to get him up to the line of scrimmage in time for him to use his eyes to see what's going on. We all know, everybody here and in the chat, we know a couple of times last year where there was an issue getting the play off on time or getting the play in on time or whatever the case may be. So this seems like a sign to be able to cut away from that. And as Coach said, you can always go back to it if you need it, rather than it being something that you need from the start. If we go somewhere, loud environment, whatever the case may be, and you want to go to signals, you want to go back to the wristband, you can do that. You know what I mean? But it's not something that he will need to rely on. I think this is going to take Lamar to the next level. Personally, I think this is a great thing for him. He needs that freedom to be able to pick apart and use his own eyes to see what he sees out there. No, Coach, as a coach, you can speak to this. No one has a better view of the field than the quarterback.
Yep.
You can say what you want to say from the sideline, look for this and look for that. But once that huddle breaks and he sees somebody shift or move a certain way, he's able to make adjustments. And we need that for Lamar. And I think that's what Lamar needed to take his game to the next step.
I give you a perfect example, Mike. My first year at the school I'm at now, Coach Fisher, that coaches at Texas A&M, his son was my quarterback. And there'll be times where I call a play or whatever, and I had to call it from the sideline because we didn't have enough people for me to go in the box. And I called something, and he looked to the sideline, and he signaled to me something else. And so I would kind of look over to kind of see what he was seeing, and I'd be like, I like shake my head, yeah. And so he signaled it to the players. So that's basically saying what you're saying, because he's right there. He can see it. He can see the alignment of the D line and see if they're in a 0 or 1 and switch to a different run. And he didn't have like he couldn't just change it himself, but he could see, different things, and he got the okay for me to just go ahead and say, to go ahead and do that. So that's basically what you're saying. He's out there in the fire. He can see it and go ahead and change it. And in the NFL, they got that ability to just change to a run or a different pass or whatnot, depending on the alignments or whatnot.
Now he do.
Yeah, now he do, right.
Right.
Because he got time to do it too.
Time, right. I mean, I love it personally because, listen, for me, like it's a proud thing for me because Lamar Jackson couldn't read. He didn't have to do plays in high school, so he never learned playbooks. He never learned anything. He just went off numbers for certain plays. So for him to go to Louisville and learn how to read, I think this is just going to be better for him because now he's going to have to study his playbook a little bit more. Not to say that he didn't study well enough before. Now he's going to have to find context clues or certain keys so that he knows the plays. So to me, now he's going to know where everybody is in position and alignment to the field. So that's just going to help him a little bit more. Also, now you don't have to get a call and run on the field, look at everybody, look down at your wristband and take some time up and try to search for the play. Like you can get to the line, you can assess a little bit more, you can audible. So I just think for him, it's going to take him to the next level. And I think it takes another kind of notch away from people downing him, saying that he's not smart enough to play quarterback. I just think it gives him more command of this offense and let everybody know this is Lamar's offense. I didn't need Greg Roman. I didn't need to run around 25 times a game. I know what I'm doing, and I think he's starting to show that right now.
Gotcha. Appreciate you, Marco G, for dropping the 5. Appreciate it. Let me see if this works right quick. 1 second.
What am I supposed to be reading, JP?
Hold on. He says, hopefully we can take a page out of the Eagles playbook.
Exclusively ran 11 and 12 personal and
Can y'all hear that?
shotgun
Yes.
Yeah, you were here.
better QB, better K group, and our O-line and WR group is more than respectable.
Why not
Why
us?
not us?
There we go. Just making sure.
I just need to know what JB talking about. Learn how to read. Like I wasn't even talking to you in this chat first and foremost. I don't know why you think everything's directed
because
towards
you said he went to Louisville and learned how to read. As opposed to learn.
But we know the context. He meant.
We talking about football. We talking
about plays.
We talking about football plays.
What that talking about? I'm doing too many things. What you talking about?
No, when I said that, when he learned how to read plays, he didn't know how to read plays until he went to Louisville. Like he was in high school. I wouldn't say he didn't learn how to read. Like he should know how to read going into college.
Not everyone does, Nando.
I mean, huh?
Not everyone does.
I said he should.
You should probably clarify.
I said he should. I said he should.
Hey,
I said should.
B.
Yes, sir.
B. Look at him. Look up.
I'm looking. I'm see because listen,
you
I can't read the chat. I'm just trying to read.
No.
I'm just I know. No, because I've heard about Dexter Manley and.
I seen the real sports report on that.
My apologies.
Graduated from college without learning.
I'm sorry, Jay. My apologies. You're right. Dexter Manley was a 30-year-old man in the NFL and couldn't read.
Hey, you'd be surprised. But let's move over. Snoop and I don't even know who else we got as quarterback. Snoop and who else? We got Josh Johnson.
Anthony
Brown.
Mother ones.
It's another cat, right? It's another cat too.
Hey, my last little thing about the quarterbacks, that gold trim around the numbers is 5.
It is there, yeah.
That gold trim around the numbers, that's 5.
Yeah, on practice jersey, yeah.
That's 5.
Yeah.
And that little kid that Lamar slapped his hand today, that was funny. Ooh, that was funny. That little kid,
I got one more question.
kid never watch that hand.
If the offense really does take off,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we start lighting it up. It just looks light years better. Are we going to give some smoke to Harbaugh and EDC for keeping G-Roll around as long as they did?
We are.
They're gonna.
Yes, us here. Well,
from moving him out and getting Todd Monken, is what they're gonna give him.
The media gonna do that.
Listen, it's funny you said that, Jose, because they do a Purple podcast every week on the network that the games come on, and normally, Torrey
regular
Smith
TV.
Normally Torrey Smith is on there, but for some reason, your boy was on there, and
bald head.
That guy, and he was sitting there talking about, oh man, I think we held on to Greg Roman a little too long, but he was saying a couple months ago we needed Greg Roman because that was the only way that Lamar was successful. Like he flipped that man, he flip flopped so much.
But I will say this: when he did start saying Roman has to go, for the most part, Twitter
after he was gone.
For the most part, Twitter was on it because he was the main one talking about leave him alone, and for the most part, Twitter was on. Even some of the Purple Patrol was on this case
because he thought the Purple Patrol thought that he was their safe space, and now he's like, "Well, you talking all this nonsense? What, you burning down the house now?" Right. He said, "Look, man, I got my marching orders, man. Like they said, they get rid of him, and I gotta get with the program. So I'm going to sit here and say he got to go. You know what it is, man. He's level 1 of the gatekeepers. All right, he works for them. If they say, hey, we're keeping Greg Roman, he's going to say, hey, we need Greg Roman. If they're saying, hey, we're getting rid of Greg Roman, he's going to say, don't need him. It's time for him to go.
That check got to be right.
Facts.
So if he level 1, I mean, he's the first boss you got to fight.
I'm
he the gatekeeper, you the ungatekeeper.
Hey, let's do it.
King Cooper himself.
Bruh.
Wide receivers and tight ends. Mark and likely we are what they are. I think I seen a stock report that was saying Kolar was going down from Jeff Zrebiec. I'm not sure why.
What?
All right, I'm not sure why.
The academic Heisman?
That's what they said. And you know,
Oh,
my
man.
boy was on the going down stock report. You know, it is what it is. If he dropping
gotta-
balls, we got to go. I'm
I have a question.
sorry.
How does your stock go down if you're the third tight end?
That's a good question.
Right. Dang, where do you go?
Out the door, maybe.
That would be tragic.
And coach, I was so sad to see James Prochet drop mini passes, and that was supposed to be his one redeeming quality.
Not with them hands.
Wait.
What you talking about?
Wait. My boy dropped one ball that we could see. Now
Well,
I'm sure he dropped different passes that we couldn't see. I'm not saying he didn't, but he dropped one that we could see. One that we could see.
I'm just saying, like, if you try to make a team and
He transitioned into his coaching career.
facts.
Yeah, he gonna be like the dude for the Rams. We watched Hard Knocks when the Rams were featured, and they had a cornerback that me and my wife that was he was entertaining, and we kind of remembered him. And now he coaches for the Rams. So that's Prochet.
You don't think that he could be like the number one receiver for Chad Kelly up north?
See, what is it, Canadian Football League?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They said Chad Kelly tearing it up there.
I honestly, Prochet, I'm trying to speak from real and not with my heart. Right now, he's looking at 7, and somebody has to really mess up for him to be 6. And I don't know if he can do 6.
They already know what they got in Prochet right now. He's a camp body, I think. I'd be really surprised if he made the team.
But what I will say is Saturday, he got a lot more burn than Duve.
That's
Got a lot more burn than Duve.
And well, I mean, they did just see Denzel Mims get moved, so all hope is not lost, right?
This is true.
Right.
Yeah.
How many wide receivers we keeping?
I'm gonna say
6.
How many tight ends you keeping?
3.
That's the question.
7.
I think they're going to keep more than 3, maybe.
If we call in nickel plated 42 a tight end 4, then
But I had a question.
I'm not going to call him.
How many fullbacks we keeping?
it depends on what you call in 42.
Fullback.
1 then. 3 tight ends and 1.
He said that
Mason?
he's a top tight end, right? You want to get paid like a top tight end.
Who?
That's what Ricard said last
That's
year.
what he said before this last contract. He did say that.
Man,
Well,
I know he's 9 times bigger than me, but I stick my foot.
No, coach, not the racist.
What's the word on Treadwell? I mean, I'm saying his name a little bit.
Oh,
I haven't heard anything from him.
he's roasting Prochet.
Who? Yeah, that's what I heard.
Treadwell.
What?
Treadwell. Yes.
I thought he had a very good catch. They said it was yesterday.
Hey,
Mike, I could go out there and have a very good catch. It don't mean I'm going to make the team.
Could you?
I really could. I
I
got
don't
hands,
think
bro.
you could. I don't think you could at all.
you testing your gangster here.
We got to bring a ball to the meet and greet.
Facts. Right. That's my position.
Listen, everybody wear their athlete shirt, okay?
And you closer to 50 than wide receiver right now. Let's not.
Wow.
I'll say, please don't
Wow.
do it.
That's cold blooded right there, boy.
Everybody wear their
Cold-blooded.
athlete shirt and realize we ain't got it no more. I don't need nobody getting hurt on the premises.
I don't care if I don't got him. I can always catch.
Hey,
What I can do is catch.
But no, you said a really good catch. Like there was going to be some athleticism involved.
Oh yes, no doubt. Oh, you see that? You see the New York Giants cornerback? I could do that.
3-yard routes here, baby. 3-yard routes. Max.
He only catch one pass, and for a week, he'll be like, "Man, my fingers are sore."
Hey, my goal routes are 3 yards. My slant 1. My 10-yard out is 2.
Now we
Go
talking
now.
about catching. We talking about catching. Who throwing? Who throwing the ball? Because
We got to get somebody young out there.
That person definitely gonna be hurt the next day.
And speaking of, there is a field right outside of Bus Boys and Poets.
What? No.
There is.
There is. There's a little
It's
field.
it's turf too. It's kind of like a turf field.
Yeah. So we
I
really
laugh
can't-
at y'all.
We really can't go right out there.
Coach would be out
throw
there
the ball.
calling plays.
I laugh at y'all.
Listen, look up the schematics for Merriweather District. You'll see it. There's a big old field right there.
I laugh at y'all. That's it.
Bazel said he all-time QB.
I laugh
Got
at
it,
y'all.
Hanny.
He said he got a can.
No.
Okay.
I got
Hey, you don't need a cannon if I'm running 3-yard outs.
That's facts.
But Hendo said he still got it, so you got to get that at least 5-7 yards downfield.
At my worst.
The thing is, and then you need to run from the slot because I can't make you reach out to the numbers no more. All routes need to be from the slot.
That Lamar scouting report for the first couple of years was about you.
All routes from the slot.
I was dropping back to all in breaking routes.
Hey, funny story.
Nothing
funny
outside
story.
the numbers.
Funny story, real quick. So I coached with this guy. He played in the NFL. He was my head coach a couple years ago, and so I used to be, pregame. I'd be out there throwing because I honestly I got a nice lid on. Even at this age, I got a nice, decent lid on. And so pregame, and for the most part, I used to be the best athlete on the staff for a long time. And so dude played in the NFL a little while. Backed up David Gerard in Jacksonville. So I'm out there, I'm throwing it, flicking around, whatever. He was like, Coach, let me get in here with you. That's cool, no problem. Flipping the ball. And one throw, he just basically, it's like he just flipped his wrist. And it it's like the prettiest, and it turns over perfectly. I'm like, I probably can't do that. I said, okay, you ain't finna show me out. So I drop back in my full form like I'm still professional. I form perfect. I throw it, and it don't turn over like he's. And so he get another one, and he talking, and he's like, he looking around, he just flip it again like nonchalant, and another beautiful, and it go up, and it just turn over perfectly. I'm like, now I'm mad because I'm competitive, and my balls won't turn over like that. I could not drop back again. And I put some arc on and try to get it to turn over, and it just stay flat. So he gets it again, and now I don't know if he notices or not, but he's throwing for real. He didn't want loosened up. He's throwing perfect spirals, back shoulder. He's throwing dots all over the place. Keep in mind, that was the last time I threw pregame. Like, you are not finna embarrass me out here in front of all these people. But he was FAMU's all-time passer up until about 2 years ago. And he played for the Jaguars about 6 years and played for the Chiefs. He was David Garrard's backup for a long time.
I'm about to say, was it David Garrard?
No, he was David Garrard's backup. It was Quinn Gray.
Oh, Quinn Gray. Yeah.
Man.
Quinn Gray. Yeah. Yeah. Me and Quinn, I worked for Quinn for 2 years.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he's the head coach at Albany State now.
Nice.
Quinn was flipping that thing, and I was like, nah. But let's go on to running backs. Let's go to running backs, and then we got one more after running backs. We'll get about this. Running backs. So we all know the situation with let's just talk about how we feel about 27. Y'all can start, and I'll close it. How you feel about 27?
It makes me proud. Stand for something, you fall for anything.
Man, look, go ahead, B. Go ahead. You go.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I like to see the running backs kind of band together and try to fight, but it's a losing battle.
Yeah, tough situation, man. Especially for him because he was hurt, right? Mm-hmm. And he just doesn't have the stats to say, "Give me a huge contract," right? And I feel him because, like, on one hand, you can say, "Well, look, you have an opportunity this year. Be healthy, show out. You can get your contract." But if I'm JK, do I trust the coaching staff? Hell no, I don't trust them, right? Because they haven't shown you anything up to this point that tells you that they're going to give him enough carries. To give those carries to Lamar. Now we're thinking it's going to change a little bit. Lamar's kind of pressing, for them to be a more balanced offense. Hopefully the running backs get more carries, take that pressure off of him. He clearly wants the ball more. That's probably his best option. I know he doesn't want to hear that, and I get that. I wouldn't trust Harbaugh either, right? I get it. But he has no real options at this point because you just don't have the stats. He looked great. I mean, we know he looked great at the end of last year, and we knew he was 100%. We think he's going to be 100% this year and look even better, but you're going to have to show up.
Well, I don't think it's about him not having the stats because we see guys who do have the stats who aren't getting paid either.
Yes,
It's
but it's even worse
about
for
the
him.
It's just about the position he plays. He's just not going to get paid. You know,
But even like a decent contract for him, like like then it's not going to offer it to him. I don't think any team's going to offer it to him just yet. You know what I mean? I think if he plays well this year, he'll get an offer. It may not be what he wants. None of these running backs are getting what they want, but he'll get an offer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's about the money. I think it's about the security. Because if you look at it from his side, he's in a lose-lose situation because he's been hurt. Like you said, he has no leverage. But going to the season, if he goes in and has a really good season, it's going to be like you only did it once. You only stay healthy once. If he goes in and has a decent season, it's going to be like, well, the Ravens passed the ball a lot. They didn't have any use for you, so you weren't really prevalent to the team. So either way, he's not getting paid. I just think he wants financial security, because if you look at what's going on around the league, especially with Irsay over there with Jonathan Taylor, who quote unquote is arguably the best back in the league, they're talking about faking injuries so they can take 6 game checks away from him. So if teams have that power to do that, he wants to get as much money as he can. Because I never heard JK say, "Oh, I want to break the bank." I just think that he just wants some kind of financial security going forward.
The thing is with him, he obviously doesn't have like the stats. But he can't even go and say, well, look, I done did all these carries for y'all and y'all don't want to pay me, because he don't have a bunch of carries.
Right.
So he can't use that argument.
But that argument
he can't say
to get your feelings hurt.
Right. Now Zeke could use that argument because Zeke, they ran Zeke in the ground at Ohio State. They ran Zeke in the ground his first couple years with the Cowboys. But JK, they managed your carries, so you can't use that. I think they had Dalvin Cook on Good Morning Football, and he threw JK's name out there. But I'm like, no, don't use JK because JK don't have no leverage.
Right.
He didn't play much his rookie year until toward the end when they realized what they had. Got hurt his sophomore year, then played a little bit his third year, then had to, wasn't getting a lot of carries, then had to go have the little surgery in the middle. So he ain't got a boatload of carries. So he really ain't the poster boy for this. To me, he really ain't the guy that should, and I guess that they all trying to stand together, but if they trying to stand together, why some of them still playing? Like when Saquon screwed y'all.
Did he? He did.
Saquon was the best of the best. And when he went back for 15 more cents, he screwed y'all.
Yeah, so I mean, and we're going to tackle this on Wednesday's show too. The thing about this union in particular is they're all young, right? You look at all these strikes going on across the country. You look at UPS, you look at Starbucks, you look at the Screen Actors Guild, right? You have thousands of employees from varying ages, right? Young to old, right? Or older. So you have people there, you have unions that are much stronger, that are older, experienced workers that understand, right? This is what we need to do. We need to stick together. In the NFL, your older, experienced workers are still in their 30s. That's young. That's extremely young, right? And these players that we're talking about are in their 20s. They're just not thinking long term. So they don't understand that impact that they have until they come up, 5 years, 7 years later, or whatever, for their contract. And then it's just like, man, I did all this. Mike Sanders is like, hide your money. Yeah. No,
always leading leading the charge on paying irrelevant positions.
Yeah. But no, like, it's hey, I got mine, I'm good. That type of attitude, until later on they realize I didn't get what I should have gotten. And then now they want to cry, hey, this isn't fair. But it needs, like B said, it needs to be a group effort. All these running backs, have issues, with what's going on, as they should. They need to come together and say, then we're not going to take any more snaps. Right? We're not going to play this year. You're going to play this game. you there's too many running backs out there, so you'll find some running backs, but they're going to be your third, fourth, fifth stringers, right? You're definitely getting the B, C, and D team.
Ben Mason.
Yeah. You're gonna get those. You ain't get those type of running backs, and then we'll see how much value we really have. They're gonna have to do that.
Oh, you know what's gonna happen? They do that, and that the Ben Masons of the world be the running backs. Do you know how much money receivers gonna get now?
Well,
They're trying to devalue that position too.
That's the problem for running backs, right? Like you look at Baltimore and you got J.K., you got Gus, you got Melvin Gordon. All of them sit out and they roll out there with Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell, and they said that Ben, he said his name is, I don't know.
Ben Mason, the fullback.
They'll being generous, they'll go from 14 wins to 13. Like they just don't impact wins and losses. And to be fair, the only position that does is quarterback.
Right. We'll go from 14 to 13 because of who we have at quarterback. If our quarterback was Jared Goff, we go from 14 to probably 6.
But that's my point, right? Me and B kind of disagree on how much they impact the game. But yes, Lamar is what drives this team. But a team like the Titans, they're cooked, right?
But they're not though. We looked at that. They weren't cooked. They lost Derrick Henry, and they had the same record without him.
They lost him for 6 games.
They lost him for 9 games. They went 6-2 with him
last year.
The year before.
The year before.
They went 6-2 with him, and they went 6-3 without him.
Yeah, I think if he missed the whole season, a completely different story.
The Titans defense straight though. That probably what held them on. The Titans defense straight.
Yeah. Hey B, your camera is acting up.
I thought
hit stop camera for a second and then bring it back. There you go. If you bring it back, it should be okay. Yeah. That's a stream.
Say something, B.
StreamYard.
He good.
Is it good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, I'm with you. I don't think he has much leverage. I mean, I think if anything is done at this point, it'll be an olive branch type thing from the team, and I maybe give him some incentives. Maybe that's the best case scenario. Or that's the most I can see happening out of this. It's just not there. I'm all for these brothers getting paid. And if they're gonna stand together, man, I think stand together. There's deeper implications for somebody like Jonathan Taylor. Because I think if he doesn't play, then he loses that year of service, which would affect whether he's a restricted or unrestricted free agent next year. So he probably right now of the guys that's free, putting the most on the line, right? He has the most to lose. But JK just don't. It's just the leverage. It's not there. And I understand what insecurity. Somebody who was out there, running with one leg. He put it on the line for us last year. He tried to. So I can understand his feeling of like, look, man, I gave my left leg or whatever it was to y'all. But I just don't see anything getting done. And it's sad to see, but yeah, that running back position, man, is being devalued. And you can't. It's almost, even if these big names, to B's point, right? Even if these big names sit out, right? Let's say Jonathan Taylor doesn't play. Then I see their backup and somebody got hurt too. But let's say this rookie, Evan Hall or whatever his name is. I say he comes out there and balls the what out. Then yeah, you still don't have anything. Like you still don't gain anything because it looks like you can be replaced easily. And that's the feel of these coaches. Well, I ain't gonna say the coaches, but that's the feel of the front office with their running back position. So get paid, young fella, get paid, as they say, but I just don't think I don't think you got that leverage right now.
That's that Dolph, ain't it?
That's that Dolph.
That Dolph, I don't know about that Dolph. Everybody ain't up north. I don't know about that Dolph now. I'm impressed, Mike.
That's my guy, man.
Press, Mike. I
You
don't know
know?
about that Dolphin.
Hey,
I'm
coach,
different.
hey, coach, I got a solution to all of this.
listening.
EDC goes up to JK. He says, "Listen, you play on the last year of your contract. If you can play all 17 games or 16, however many we need to get to the playoffs, then we'll go in good faith and give you something commensurate to what you need." If JK says, that's not going to work for me, I get my 2 phones. I say, hey, Jonathan Taylor, what's going on? Hey, Dalvin Cook, I know you up in New York and they said you were going to sign, but you didn't sign. What is it going to take to get you here? Problem solved. Because Jonathan Taylor's not sitting out. It's the Indianapolis Colts that's trying to make it seem like he's faking a funk to kind of get him with the NFI and put him on a non-football injury list so they can take game checks away from him and make him look bad. He wants to play.
Right.
So if the Ravens are truly trying to win, you got Jonathan Taylor that you possibly can get, and you definitely can get Dalvin Cook if you really want him. So if you really want to win the Super Bowl,
Jonathan Taylor is waiting to see if Irsay is dumb enough to put him on a non-football injury list. He already came out and said he never told them once that he had an issue with his back. And
who you gonna believe, him or sources?
Right. You know, like if he does it and they put him on a non-football injury list, then
the union's waiting. The union's waiting for that.
Yeah, right. So he's like, well, it looks like I'm going to get paid now. I have to take any carries.
You want to believe that dude who doesn't even want to honor his contract over sources who could be anybody? That could be Jesus. That told you that. You don't know.
I had it in a dream. It was all a dream.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And then Keaton Mitchell and Gus, and we don't care about them right now. They you know.
Or that Hill guy. What's his name? Justice?
Justice. Yeah.
I don't know why
I like all those guys, by the way.
He loves Justice Hill.
I do.
Last but not
Cook ain't happening. it's not happening.
Well, they said he was a done deal with the Jets over the weekend.
Even beyond that, him and JK, that's why he mentioned JK on TV today. They share the same agent, and they ain't gonna get in bed with Baltimore and offset him. So,
well, if they give him the right price, money offsets loyalties a lot in the NFL.
Yeah.
And you can listen, and I get a chance to play with Lamar, and maybe go win the Super Bowl.
Listen, everything that's happening, we discussed this last week, Coach, or was it the week before? I can't remember when we talked about running backs. Wide receivers' time is coming for this as well.
Oh yeah, we definitely talked about it. With all these young cats playing 7-on-7 from 2 weeks old, the NFL is going to be flooded with great wide receivers, and they market is going to go down too.
Well, shit, can Baltimore find one?
But that's when you're gonna have to really have a threat of a lockout, right? We have a threat where you have the running backs already saying we're being devalued, and then with the wide receivers, and it's starting to happen. You're starting to see it now. Even quarterbacks a little bit that these owners are trying to suppress salaries. I think it's right around the corner where these players say, "Nah, we don't like what you're doing. We're gonna hold out."
Crazy. We ain't heard a guaranteed contract in a minute.
I do think that, like you said, the wide receiver market is starting to go down a bit for kind of mid-level players and below. I don't think that you're going to see the collapse at the top. I think the top guys are still going to get paid because in the NFL, like I said, it's one position that really affects the outcomes of games, and it's quarterback. And the rest of the players get paid based off of a couple of things, and it's how easily replaced are you, so the supply of players, and how do you affect the quarterback's game, either offensively or defensively. And so you're still seeing, the top end wide receivers are still going to enhance your quarterback. And you're still going to pay Tyreek. You're still going to pay Devontae. The problem for running backs is, there's a lot of them out there, so you can replace them easily. And giving the ball to your running back is taking the ball out of your quarterback's hand, and nobody wants to do that unless you're, the Giants.
Yeah, because Chase, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson are about to come up for contracts. You think they're going to sign them for $11 million a year? I don't think so.
Justin Jefferson,
right,
is averaging 1,600 yards a season.
What did Tyreek get over there?
Rodney, I'm telling you, if it was not for those 2 immaculate games for Jair Alexander, Justin Jefferson has 2,000 yards.
Right. Yeah. And he's going to get it at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be once they figure out how to get out from under Kirk Cousins. But
Tyreek Hill's getting $30 million a year, right? Something like that.
Yes, he is.
30.
Yes.
Yeah. Him and Devontae are over 30.
That's why he left. That's why he left Kansas City, because they wouldn't give him 30.
I didn't know that.
So think about what Justin Jefferson is going to ask for. I would ask for 40.
45.
Yeah.
And that's
QB money.
I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like Minnesota's like slow walking that situation. Like they had a chance to try to pay him this past offseason.
They got to give him under Kirk first. Kirk breaking them.
Yeah.
Well, they got to redo Kirk
breaking
deal
that
after
back.
this year, though.
I think they're trying to get rid of Kirk.
I mean, that's
They're-
very
they're-
simple.
2 years.
Like they're trying, you know, they're still competitive-ish, and they want to get rid of them, but they're like, we don't want to restart. Like, you just got to take that on the chin, man.
They
You
right
made
no
that
man's
mistake.
land.
You
No.
made that mistake, and you got to take it.
But you got to look what they got. They got rid of Dalvin Cook,
Mm-hmm.
Zadarius Smith,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Peterson,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Pierce.
Like they got rid of a bunch of people, so they're not going to be real as competitive as they think they are.
No, I just mean over
Adam
the past 2
Thielen.
years.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My thing is, why keep Kirk Cousins if you're dismantling this team?
I mean, it's opening the door for that number 12 team. I'm just saying, you know, it's crickets now. Huh?
The Bears.
It's crickets now. Huh?
The Bears. The Bears. Listen, Jordan Love is about to tear this league up. If you didn't know,
He is, because Christian Watson is
No, that's
real, even though Aaron Rodgers didn't want to believe it.
That is true.
I wish all the best for Justin Fields in another profession. I don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it.
Carolina could have had him.
That's
But here's the thing. But I mean, here's the thing, B. If you take Justin Fields, you don't get Bryce Young.
Yeah, and if we take Justin Fields, then we have Justin Fields, and we still have DJ Moore.
And Christian McCaffrey.
And
You
probably Christian
ain't got
McCaffrey as well.
You
I
ain't
They
got
would've still-
think they still
I
do.
think they still
They
do.
wouldn't trade him. I mean,
Could they be winning? Yeah.
yeah.
maybe.
DJ
Ravens O line.
They trade Christian
Okay, I'm
McCaffrey
sorry.
to
Ravens O-line.
Sam
Ravens O
Darnold.
line. Ravens O line.
Flag.
Ravens O line.
I didn't take that back.
Let's talk about the Ravens O line.
Times two.
But really, just talk about the left guard and right tackle, because everything else solid. Salah getting first team reps. Ben Cleveland, according to one of my sources that went to practice today, is trash. And
We knew that.
Morgan Moses is still roller coastering.
Hakabosh
Y'all should trade Ben Cleveland for Chase Young.
and Morgan Moses.
In a heartbeat.
Who we gonna throw out there? Falele with the bad feet.
Yeah.
Listen, you can have all the bad feet you want. It's going to take him 2.5 seconds just to run around him.
True.
Yeah.
So I think Brandon said it on the show Saturday that they had Falele out there, and he couldn't even see the guard beside Falele.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, what is his name now? Daryl Williams was a right tackle in Carolina for a while, and he made All-Pro 1 year. And then that's how he got paid, and he went to Buffalo and everything. Daryl Williams could not block a goddamn thing in Carolina when he made All-Pro. They gave him help on essentially every single play. No, he was the starting right tackle for the Panthers. I think they had him. So sometimes it was the guard would be double. Sometimes it was the tight end. Sometimes it's the running back chipping. But he was never blocking anybody by himself, right? But PFF with their way of grading, I guess, filtered over to them people who vote for All-Pro because they're like, hey, the block got made, and he made All-Pro. I mean, if need be, throw Falele out there and give Charlie Cola some work.
thanks. Agent E, Andrew Voorhees was drafted hurt. He was hurt when he got drafted, so
Yeah.
he's not playing. He's not playing this year.
He tore his ACL at the combine. He tore something at the combine and still went out there and put up 38 reps on one leg. Was the strongest at the combine on one leg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a sad day for the flock when he gets cut before ever even playing for Baltimore.
Like, why are we asking where Voorhees is? Why aren't we asking where Jawan James is?
Who?
We didn't re-sign him.
No,
Achilles. He's talking about Achilles.
No, you didn't sign the dude who missed 3 years.
Did he even play?
No.
He came in and he played three series, Jose, and tore another Achilles. 3 series, and he was gone again.
I can't believe a guy who just
Jose
does
look
nothing but
confused.
get hurt got hurt.
I mean,
That's what we do, though.
why do we waste time with this? Right?
We zagging, Zay.
Man, listen, I told you what I wanted to see week 1 was somebody take over that left guard spot. I wanted a clear, hey, this guy looks like he's the guy, and I want him to hold that position all throughout camp. So we're going into this is the second week.
Yeah, second week start today.
Second week, and everybody looks bad.
What I will say for them, it's been the same dude. They ain't switched the dude yet, but he looked bad. But they ain't switched the dude. Now, my source did say Salah looked good in the run game, but when Pierce and Travis Jones decided to just straight bull rush him, he didn't stand a chance. But when they was moved, like when they would do outside zone and stuff where he could like get his body in position, he looked okay. But when there was a situation where the big guys could just use their strength against him, he ain't stand a chance.
I'll say this, like, and you know, I don't even think this guy is great. But to your point, I believe from like last week or week before, Coach, like the entire league has zigged away from Dalton Reisner. So maybe give him a call at this point.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Should we have invested the money in dude that just left? Last year's left.
Ben Powers?
Ben Powers.
Ben Powers.
The way it's looking
looks like
right now, Mike. Yes, the way it's looking right now. Yes, I don't know if somebody's gonna eat a Mario mushroom and show us up, but the way it's looking right now, yes.
I don't remember what he got.
Where's
paid,
Macari? That's what I want to know.
Well,
He's the Swiss Army knife.
He's right where he's supposed to be because the Ravens fans don't realize Patrick McCarr is not good.
I know, but
He's
I'm saying
just-
I
he's
don't
just
even see him at
useful.
practice.
Because
We gotta keep him healthy, Coach. He can play any position.
I know. I'm saying I don't
Just not
see him
well.
walking around practice. I don't see him. in the
This right
video.
here is exactly why we don't need to be trading back to get 8 more picks in the draft. Right? Either trade up, get the players that you need, or trade those picks and get the players that you need. Right? Trading back and
Keyword:
getting
get
a
the
whole
players you need, huh, Jose?
yes.
Right.
You had Tyree
Getting a
Phillips
bunch
right
of
about
guys
now, don't you?
that don't really have a shot of really helping you out. What's that doing for us? We sitting here. Look at how many old linemen we drafted under EDC.
They all play for the Giants now.
Yeah,
Pretty
half
much.
of them play,
Pretty much.
half of them play for the Giants.
They all
and
passed through the Giants facility.
Right, right. And we had the other half here that were prepping for the Giants.
Right.
Facts.
B, he got 4 years, 51.5 million.
Powers.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Denver.
Denver. He took Reisner's spot.
Mhm.
You know what? Maybe take back Caillou Blue Kelly, Pepe Williams, and Jalen Armour Davis and draft 3 guards instead. And one of them will hit.
One that
Really?
wouldn't hurt.
Really? Because we drafted like 4 guards in 2 years and none of them worked out. Except
Name
Ben
them.
Powers. Tyree Phillips, Ben Powers, Ben Bredesen, Ben Cleveland.
Good
Ben
job.
Powers worked out.
That's what I'm saying. I said one out of them.
How
And there was
many
a couple
corners-
others.
How many corners have worked out?
We
None.
will
Got
say
you.
none of
Got
them.
we're talking about Ravens O-line right now. Stop switching.
Right, we
up.
want to.
No, my point was get rid of them corner picks and draft some O linemen, and one of them will hit.
Yeah, that's right, Jay.
Hey,
No more Ben.
Jay, you beat me to it. I couldn't put up that fast enough. No more bins for us.
Stop it.
No more bins for us.
Yeah.
Anybody named Ben, don't pick them. Don't
No.
pick them.
Or Benjamin.
Right.
Right. But the concern for me is, I'm like Zay. Zay said we needed somebody to take that spot and like work at that spot from week 1 to game 1, from week 1 of training camp to game 1. And I'm with you. Somebody needs to take that spot and start to jail with the other 4 guys. I was hoping that would be Ben Cleveland, but as much as I would hope for it for 2 years now, that hope is past. Like I'm pretty much almost about to wash my hands with Cleveland. What up, young homie? Tell them say
Oh,
what's up.
man?
What up?
Hey, what's up, man?
But I'm about to wash my hands with Cleveland. It's
Yeah.
it's
But did you see his muscles?
What
You see how
muscle?
big he was?
I saw how big he was. I
Oh,
ain't see the muscles.
You know what, Jeremiah? Because he's saying that at this point, Ben Powers was on the bubble last
He
year.
wasn't
Somebody
on the
will step
bubble.
up.
He was at the
Listen,
beginning.
that's fine. But sometimes teams just have bad players. That somebody doesn't always step up.
But
Sometimes
again,
your position is just bad.
Like you
Jemiah
said, for defense, we can't have 11 good players.
Yeah, Jemiah is right. He was on the bubble. The problem is this, though. We can't invest all these picks into players that are only going to show up 1 year, and that's a contract year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That does nothing for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the issue that I have is it's been 5 years of us with projects, seeing guys maybe. We're wasting Lamar's career. Because every year is let's see if he can play. Let's give him a chance. Let's wait till mid-season to see what he got. Why not just go out there and get the players? Like we know.
But now I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Play devil's advocate. It is a crapshoot.
It is.
You don't know what we don't know what Ben Cleveland got, or we don't know what Ben Powers got. You picking guys off potential.
But coach,
you don't know like what kind of work ethic they got. You don't know what they're gonna do outside.
That's the point, coach. That's the point, coach. We're not talking about drafting. We're talking about going out there getting proven players. You don't need 11 draft picks because not all 11 draft picks are gonna make your team. You don't need 9 draft picks the following year.
Well, I'm saying you can't again being devil's advocate. You can't fill your team with proven players either.
You can't, but there are some mid-level players that you can fill key positions with. You knew Ben Powers was leaving. And you knew you weren't going to resign him middle of last year. When he started getting that hype and them saying, oh, Ben Powers, he may be a Pro Bowl level guard, you knew you weren't going to resign him. So you had from that time to the beginning of free agency to say, you know what? We ain't got to get a superstar, but let's get a suitable replacement. We don't do that.
But in my mind, I'm thinking I got a guy that can play right tackle. I mean, right guard.
Ooh.
I'm thinking it's Cleveland because especially what he did in the run game versus, in them games he played. When he played last year, he produced.
But it's not just a right guard position. Like it's a philosophical thing with Baltimore, right? Like, look, I know that Tyler Linderbaum's better than Bradley Bozeman, but Bradley Bozeman could have been the starting center, and you could have filled in another spot, right? Right. Instead, they said, you know what,
Bozeman was good here.
Yeah, but instead they said we're not going to pay you, and we'll create another hole on our O-line and try and fill it in with the cheapest guys that we can find. Yeah. And if you keep on doing that, you're going to get burned. It's like I tell Jose about their coaching staff for a long time. They would promote defensive coordinators from within. Like eventually, you're going to hit the bottom. You don't have unlimited talent on your coaching staff. Yeah. You don't have unlimited talent on your roster. So it's the draft, it's free agency, and it's trades. You have to fill in those gaps, and Baltimore doesn't want to do it. They want to say, "Hey, it could be this guy." I mean, look. I know they've addressed it this season, but last year. They went into the season and said Bateman, Duvernay, Prochet, Tylan Wallace, and hey, maybe Shamar Bridges or Mekhi Polk or Slade Bolden or one of those guys. They knew all those guys couldn't play, but they didn't. But they didn't. They didn't do anything.
Mekhi Polk name out your mouth.
Mekhi Polk couldn't make the Giants wide receiver room.
And they had Giants arguably had a worse wide receiver room than the Ravens.
Well,
but last year,
can nobody on this screen or in this chat tell me who the starting wide receivers in New York are? None of y'all.
Darius Slayton.
Darius Slayton. That's all people know.
That's it.
And don't say Sterling Shepard. Don't say Sterling Shepard.
Jalen Hyatt.
Maybe.
Jalen Hyatt.
Maybe.
They don't even like him.
Jalen Hyatt.
They don't even like him up there.
Jalen Hyatt. I got a case of Mountain Dew that Jalen Hyatt start.
Yeah, Jay. We didn't forget about Andy.
Somebody's going to start, Coach. I'm saying you can't tell me with any kind of certainty who it's going to be.
Isaiah
they lost Richie James.
Does he even play for them anymore?
Yep, he do.
Oh, okay. Because I had heard that he had
good looking out on that
800-yard season, and it was really like 3. But the point is that they have a bunch of nothing at wide receiver. Yeah, a few of them are going to end up being the starters. But you just named the people that you knew were on the roster. I see you looking it up. I see you looking it up, Coach.
I'm typing to hit the like button to help the channel. See what I just hit the like button to help the channel. That's what I'm typing. But I saw Garnett type that. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
But I knew about Hodges because I did my Camp Battles channel, my Camp Battles video on the More Zip the Talent channel, and I did one Hodges versus Jalen Hyatt. That's how I did know Hodges. So even though Garnett
named them both the starters though.
No, Slayton is a starter.
But there's going to be. I
think
count three starters.
I think what's coming is going to overtake Hodges. I think.
No, but I'm saying I'm saying you start 3 wide receivers. Like it's not
pretty much everybody do.
It's not 1985 no more.
Pretty much 11 personnel is your starting personnel now, for the most part. Anybody that start two wide receivers probably gonna lose 12 games.
But the point is, like, the Ravens create holes and then go, like, you didn't pay CJ Mosley, so you created that hole so you could go and draft his replacement.
Yeah.
Why? You didn't re-sign Matt Judon, even though he's a very good player, and he didn't even get paid much. He was wildly underpaid in free agency. Didn't re-sign him, so you created a hole so that you go and try and fill it with, the old
Darius Smith the year before.
Hey,
it just doesn't make any sense.
This is totally off topic because I did some research for the streets. Did y'all, Judon had 15 and a half sacks last year. But did y'all know Uche had 11 and a half? The dude opposite of him?
Yes.
Did not.
Isn't that the dude from Michigan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uche had 11 and a half sacks.
Because of Matt Judon.
Bro.
I had
Mac
Uche, one of my underrated players.
Awful.
I did not know that. That man had 11 and a half sacks.
This is Judon's second year getting like 15, 16 sacks.
You getting 27 sacks out of 2 guys, and your team is that bad?
Yeah. It's quarterback.
Yeah. Maybe let's give Bailey Zappi a try.
Or coach.
Listen, so Bailey Zappi, when he plays, they average 28 points a game. When they play with Mac Jones, they have never scored more than, I think, 23 or 24 points with Mac Jones as their starting quarterback.
But you tell Cam to leave because he scares McCorkle. Okay, come on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'll do this. Jose, what's going on August 4th?
August 4th in Columbia, Maryland is the Roundup meet and greet going down at Busboys and Poets. You do not want to miss it. Look, I mentioned earlier there's a big field outside of Busboys and Poets, right? Busboys and Poets is located in the Meriwether district. It is a nice little quaint area. It has a bunch of restaurants, bars, all kind of stuff over there. And yes, there's a field out there, right in the middle of everything. So somebody wants to bring a football and make Kendo run a route. Okay, you can do that. But yes, get your tickets. It's only $50. That's going to include food, drinks. All right. And if you want some alcoholic beverages, that'll be available too via Cash Bar. All right. We're going to be listening to some good music. We're giving away prizes. Yes, and you're getting a swag bag. Absolutely. So you do not want to miss out on that. You cannot go anywhere in Maryland, especially in that district, for $50 and have a whole night's worth of fun, including food. All right. So get your tickets today. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a nice laid back type of environment. We're going to have a Q&A session. So all of us on screen will be here, including Chris Just Joking and Ferris from the LGR Network.
Ferris, I got something for you too when I see you Friday. Got something for you. Matter of fact, and that's hey man, it's 118 of y'all here. Hit the like button. Likes are free.
What are you talking about?
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hendo, where can people find your work?
You can find me at the Rogue Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. I do a live show every Friday at 6 p.m. I do a live show every Sunday at 8 p.m. And tomorrow, I believe, I have a little special pop-up coming at about 6:30, 6:45 with a little special guest. So, come on over there, hang out, have some fun, talk some Ravens, talk some football.
One thing before you get out of here. Plug what you did. Plug what you did last week. For those that don't know. You can always go back and watch.
No, yes. Last week I did the top 100 players entering the 2023 season. Now I know that last week they released the top 100 players voted by the NFL players, but I give you a more comprehensive one that's a little bit more realistic, and it's not all based upon this is your favorite player, this player did this in the past. It's about the players that I believe are going to have the biggest impact going into the upcoming season. Because with some people was hating on that top 5.
I'm laughing at Pinellas.
What you mean?
Yeah, I actually know Pinellas. We met. We actually met. So I know Pinellas.
We did. Yeah.
Mikey, on you, Mikey.
Look, man, I am the host of Open Mic with OTR Mike. Look, that is the show where the mic is open for any discussion, man. No matter what it is, who it is, or where it is. If you're not subscribed over there already, go ahead and subscribe, man. I'm on the road to 500. A lot of you have already supported me. There's a couple of you in here that may not already be subscribed. So go ahead and do that. Help your boy out. I know you will, so I'm going to thank you in advance. Look, I don't ever plug my Twitter, but you can find me at OTR_Mike on Twitter. I follow you back unless you on that weird stuff. Other than that, we cool. We gonna rock. We gonna talk about some stuff. We interact. I'm also 1/3 of Ring Kings podcast. Just the best boxing podcast on YouTube. Look, it's proven because the three fellas of the show, me, Rodney, Jose, we've been catching some smoke this week, right?
Uh-oh.
We've been catching some smoke,
Uh-oh.
and it only means that we just doing what we supposed to do, right? But no,
Can we elaborate?
One of the videos popped off. The in the way in Stephen Fulton video.
Those are the Japanese fans that coming over here.
They
really.
coming at our head, but it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Over nothing. Boxing fans are passionate. They're gonna find a reason. Listen, it's been a kind of a trend with our videos, right? We do our live stream. They're late, and then YouTube's kind of late pushing it out to everybody. So there's a few days delay because that in a way video didn't take off until like almost the next weekend, and the Crawford versus Spence one is starting to pick up as well. So I expect the Bud fans to show their face and start ripping the shirt off like Hulk Hogan and just screaming at us, But yes, a lot of fun over there. Like Mikey said, man, go and check it out. And even if you are new to boxing, you're casual, so to speak, that's fine. We welcome the casuals. We like to educate people and just have a good time talking about the sport that we love.
Hey, Mike.
Yo.
Don't you got something? Isn't this something new possibly in the works? Maybe for
No.
open mic. Okay. No.
Jose B.
Yes, we are the Lunch Break Hot Take. We do a live stream every Wednesday night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Overtime Show, which you can find on our Patreon, patreon.com/LBHT Show. Listen, what do we talk about on Overtime Show? Just the most interesting topics ever. Okay, like you guys heard of the Cocaine Cowboys? That is a documentary. That's a documentary on Netflix, wherever they have it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You seen the movie Cocaine Bear, all right? That's based on a true story. Last week we talked about cocaine sharks. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, also a true story. Okay, so you want to know what's going on with these orcas that are attacking people? These sharks, they're just biting people's fingers off, right? Charge led by White Gladys. Okay, real well, right? Real suspect. All right. Now they're saying cocaine could be involved. So go to patreon.com/LBHT show and we can get topics like that going.
It's a reason you're starting to see sharks like swimming right next to the sand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They high as hell. They high as hell. They don't want you. They just high. They got lost. That's it.
Trying to get back to that sand. That sand looked like something else.
Don't it?
And as far as me, you guys are in the right place. Sip the Tally, but also go over and follow more Sip the Tally. That's where we're for the streets. Everybody's link to their channel is in the description. Even Chris stuff with the Deep Cover podcast, those guys, their link are in the description also. So if you want to, you can go over there and click that button. Again, if you live in the Baltimore area and you want to get with us this Friday with the Roundup meet and greet, type !tickets, and the link will come up for our meet and greet at Bus Boys and Poets. Yes, again, it's you'll get food, drink, and it was a gift bag, but it's no longer a gift bag. It is turned into a swag bag.
Yes,
it is turned into a swag bag.
Yes.
And I'll tell you this. I'm gonna brag a little bit. I'll brag a little bit.
Okay.
Just because I don't know, I know what B&M got, but just the Jane Doe stuff itself is worth what you're paying for the ticket. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yep.
Just what you're getting out of the Jane Doe stuff itself is worth what you're paying for the ticket. So don't feel like what you're paying is too much because you get food, drink, a
Gifts.
great time with some good people, gifts.
Yeah.
We're gonna give away stuff. We're gonna have a Q&A session. We just want to have an overall great time. We're gonna have a great grown experience. That's what it is.
And you
listen-
know, I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Nah, B, I just want to say this real quick. The giveaways, like we don't talk much about what those are, but those things are beyond what you're paying to get there. So this is going to be a dope event. There's going to be some happy people leaving that place. I promise you. So, look, man, I want to meet y'all, right? You know, but get there. The only way I'm gonna meet you that night is if you get there. Because if you ain't there or you show up outside, I'm acting like I don't know you unless you come through the doors.
All right.
All right. So
like
yeah.
when I'm walking back out and you holler coach, I'm like,
right. Get out of here.
now if you holler coach in there, I'm be like, hey, what's up?
Right.
You know, but on the way out, here's what it is. But again, I look forward to it. I'm excited, and man, I appreciate everybody that's still here. Again, hit that like button, and again, tune in tomorrow to Hendo's pop up. Well, he said it was a surprise, but he told us, so it ain't no surprise no more. Pop up Wednesday for lunch break hot takes, and again, you won't see me again till Thursday, unless you see me on lunch break hot take. You won't see me again till Thursday when I report from practice. So. It is what it is. And again, I reset tomorrow the my loyalty points. So my loyalty thing kicks off again tomorrow. And make sure you do what you need to do. And if again, I'll say this. If and when you donate to the channel, make sure you use your YouTube name so I can make sure your points go where they need to. Because when you donate, you can put any name in there. Like last week when I donated on Jose Adams' channel, I was Sam Howell's arm. But make sure you use your name so I can put your points where they're supposed to be. Because if you don't, they just lost. All right. Got it. So like with D Weezy, if D Weezy was to donate, make sure you donate under D Weezy. And also you've kind of seen the little new piece I added. When you donate, when we're live, your donations will be read. When it's over a certain amount, the voice will come over and don't read your donations live on stream. So it'll come over my voice, it'll come over our voice, and you'll read your donations on stream. So that's just another little perk that I've added to the channel.
There you go.
All right.
Look, we're always working to improve on these shows for you guys. You know, I think you guys know that by now. So look, everything that you donate to us, man, we put it right back into the show. And I think it shows.
That's it. Trying to make it a better experience for everybody.
Yep.
Game's about to start soon. We got the Hall of Fame game is Thursday, right?
Thursday. Yep, Thursday.
And then
Cleveland and the Jets.
Real preseason, not that Sunday, but the Sunday after that. And then it's on like Donkey Kong. Season's here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through, and we'll see y'all soon, man. Any parting words from anybody on the screen?
Tickets.
See y'all Friday, man.
See you Friday.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, make sure you go to lbhtshow.com or theroguepod.com, and you can get any information that you need. When you go to lbhtshow.com, make sure you sign up for the newsletter.
Oh, one other thing. I want to correct Mike. Follow him on X.
Yeah.
Follow him on X.
Look, when I'm looking for Twitter and I'm scrolling through the app and I see this X, I'm like, what is
that?
I'm like, oh, that's it. Let me hit. So I'm thrown off right now. I haven't got used to it yet. But
Mine didn't change till today. I was still rocking my bird until today. But it is what it is. Later, y'all. Later, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all. Peace.
Peace.
We out.